Hello, welcome back to Chat About It, Don't Shout About It with me, Rachel, the Queen of the Woke, as crowned by one of my haters. If you're wondering what the mark is on my forehead, please don't worry. It's not another allergic reaction. I was playing with my niece yesterday. We both have fidget spinners with suction cups on the bottom of them, and we stuck them to our foreheads and pretended to be helicopters. It was great fun, but unfortunately, the mark hasn't gone. So the next few videos will have another mark on my face. But at least you know it was done playing. So we know that Disney have been bombing at the box office, and we also had theories of how much the Acolyte was truly costing Disney. Well, now we really know. Disney the other day released what they had spent on the Acolyte, and this to me suggests, along with the low viewership, this financial burden, even with the UK tax break that they get for filming here in this country, is a reason why the Acolyte got cancelled. It was too expensive. Outlets had predicted that it cost $180 million to make, but it had been officially reported that it in fact cost $230 million instead, coming in way over the anticipated budget for the show. This certainly was not going to bring in any money for Disney, especially when Disney are trying to make money on Disney Plus by giving access for $1.99 for new subscribers, and they rely on the advertisers to help them make money through the streaming services. Let's read this article from Forbes magazine. Disney reveals Star Wars show The Acolyte was over budget at $230 million. Disney has revealed that its controversial Star Wars streaming show, The Acolyte, came in over production, with the cost hitting $230.1 million when it was only partway through post-production. It couldn't be much different to the outlook before shooting began in October 2022. As the previous month, Disney confirmed that the 8-episode show was forecasted to be in line with the production budget. The failure to stick to its budget was the final nail in the coffin of the show, which was review bombed. Review bombed? Really? By detractors who complained it was woke. It was. Its audience dwindled soon after it debuted in June this year, and just over a month after it ended in July. The plans for a second season were cancelled. I don't even think there were really plans for a second season. Leslie Headland said that she had written it with one season in mind, and she had put some extra bits in there just in case it was actually brought into fruition, which obviously it hasn't been. As we revealed, despite supposedly being a showcase for diversity, just 30% of the employees working on the show, April 2023, were female, and across the entire workforce, women's average hourly pay was 19.4% lower than the men's. Sorry, didn't women actually fight for equal pay when the suffragettes were around? I thought that was one of the whole things behind the suffragettes. I mean, maybe I've just got that wrong. I thought there was equal pay everywhere in America, but I'm not American, so what do I know? Audiences saw through the message, and although The Acolyte returned to Nielsen's top 10 after the release of the finale, it occupied the bottom slot with 335 million minutes of viewing, which Deadline said was the lowest for a Star Wars series finale. Just over a month later, Disney put the brakes on the second series, which anti-woke activists saw as a success. In fact, their criticism was far from the only disturbance in the force. I would say that these anti-woke activists that you dub them here as actually were paying more attention and observing what was actually happening and how the fandom were reacting to this going out. And they were making observations based on that. Principal photography began in October 2022 at Shinfield Studios, just outside London, where The Acolyte was reportedly filmed in front of the same kind of LED screens that have been used to such great effect in Disney's blockbuster Star Wars series The Mandalorian, as we have reported. The location shines a spotlight on the spending. Studios film in the UK to benefit from the government's audio visual expenditure credit, which gives them a cash reimbursement of up to 25.5% of the money that they spend in the country. To qualify for the reimbursement, at least 10% of core production costs need to relate to the activities in the UK. In order to demonstrate this to the government, studios tend to set up a separate production company in the UK for each show they make there. Each one has to file financial statements which reveal precisely how much was spent on the production. Disney does not comment on the filings, which speak for themselves, as they show everything from the headcount and salaries to the total costs and the level of cash reimbursement. The latest financial statements for Blue Stockings UK were released on Tuesday and cover the year to September 24th, 2023, which is nearly 4 months after filming wrapped. The Acolyte was released almost exactly a year after the end of the filming production, so post-production was still underway when the financial statements were drafted. This means that the costs could still soar in the next set of filings, especially as the show is VFX heavy with Jedi battles aplenty. There weren't that many Jedi battles in it. What are you talking about? The 230 million spent on the show has been widely misreported, with even industry outlets wrongly claiming that it cost 180 million to make. Two experts who got it right were the news site That Park Place and entertainment industry pundit Valiant Renegade, with the latter also noting that show's production costs are still likely to soar, and I have reason to believe that they are still likely to soar as well. There is, of course, also the potential that they could actually remove the Acolyte from the streaming service so that they bring it down to zero. And if this cost $230.1 million to make, then just to break it even, would have to make probably almost double. I would hypothesize that. I'm not a maths expert, but that's just a hypothesis. And that's probably going to mean that they need to make more for something like Snow White, maybe closer to $1 billion, because of the multiple reshoots that they were doing just to try and please people. It'll be interesting to see what the filings are for the next financial quarter as well. So there you have it, the low viewership, and the second reason, and probably the biggest reason why The Acolyte was cancelled. Let me know what you think. Chat about it. Don't shout about it. Like and subscribe. Joining me tomorrow at 4 p.m. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.